There's a lot to unpack with Francisco Lindor's recent injury and its implications for the New York Mets. As a passionate Mets fan, I know how crucial Lindor has been for our team, and now it seems like he's going to be even more pivotal in the upcoming season if he can get back to full strength. So let's dive into what this means for our beloved Mets and what we can expect moving forward. First off, Lindor has truly cemented himself as a cornerstone of the Mets lineup. Over the last few seasons, he's consistently delivered impressive performances, boasting a 24.3 WAR in his tenure with us. With players like Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, and Jeff McNeil no longer with the team, Lindor's role is set to expand even further. The pressure is on him to lead a somewhat restructured squad into the new season. Now, the news about his left hamate bone injury and the subsequent surgery is concerning. It's a tough break for a player who has demonstrated remarkable durability, playing at least 152 games each year since joining the Mets. The timeline suggests that he may miss about 6 weeks, which could put him on track to return just in time for the March 26th opener against the Pirates at Citi Field. But here's where the speculation comes in. Will he be the same Lindor we've come to rely on? Or will his power be affected? This is a question that lingers in the back of every fan's mind right now. Comment "Go New York Mets" in the comments. According to various reports, including insights from MLB Network, Lindor is known for his toughness. Joel Sherman noted that there aren't many players tougher than him in the league. This gives us hope that he'll bounce back strong. However, he also mentioned the possibility of Lindor experiencing a loss of power due to his injury. This is a valid concern, especially with Alonso's absence already creating a gap in our lineup. If Lindor isn't hitting at full capacity, can the rest of the team step up? Let's take a closer look at what we might expect from the lineup in Lindor's absence. If he does return but struggles with power, who will fill the void? The Mets are going to need contributions from all corners of the roster. It's a tall order, but we've seen other players rise up in tough situations before. I can't help but wonder, how will our new additions and returning players adapt? Will we see some unexpected heroes emerge? Lindor had an impressive season last year, playing 160 games and producing a solid 5.9 WAR. He hit .267 with 31 home runs and 31 stolen bases. Those numbers are hard to replicate, and they will be sorely missed if he isn't at his best. His ability to get on base and drive in runs is something we can't take for granted. The Mets have always thrived when Lindor is firing on all cylinders. And what about the lineup structure? With Lindor likely to be at the top of the order, who will follow? There's chatter about a potential top 3 of Lindor, Soto, and Bichette. That sounds intriguing, but will it work? We all love the idea of a dynamic batting order, but it hinges on Lindor being healthy and effective. This is where we, as fans, need to rally together. The Mets have faced adversity in the past, and we've seen how that can galvanize a team. So, let's stay optimistic about Lindor's recovery. If he can return to form, it could set the tone for the entire season. What do you think, Mets fans? Do you trust Lindor to come back strong? Can he regain his power at the plate? Or are you worried that the absence of other key players will impact his performance? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's get this discussion rolling. As we look ahead, it's important to remember that baseball is a long season. Injuries happen, and how teams respond can define their campaigns. The Mets have a chance to show their resilience, and it starts with how they manage Lindor's recovery and the rest of the roster. So, as we keep our fingers crossed for a swift recovery for Francisco Lindor, let's also keep the faith in our team. We have the talent to compete, and every game counts. What city are you cheering from? Drop your location and your thoughts about the New York Mets in the comments. Let's keep the conversation alive and support our team through thick and thin. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and join the conversation. The Mets are gearing up for an exciting season, and we're all in this together. What does the future hold for our team? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. Mets fans are always ready to rally. Let's dive into some exciting developments surrounding our beloved New York Mets. It looks like we have some promising changes to discuss, especially with Luis Robert Jr. coming on board and the addition of Brian Hudson to the bullpen. Buckle up, because by the end of this piece, you'll have a clearer picture of what to expect from the team this season. First up, Let's talk about the Mets' recent trade for Luis Robert Jr. This is not just a simple fix for the center field position. It's a bold statement that the Mets are ready to compete at a higher level. After a series of underwhelming performances from players like Jose Siri, Tyrone Taylor, and Cedric Mullins, the Mets front office has made it clear that they're done with the revolving door approach. Bringing Robert into the fold signals a commitment to stability and star power in the lineup. What's intriguing about Robert is his potential. 2 seasons ago, he delivered an impressive season with 30 home runs and 20 stolen bases, earning himself a Silver Slugger Award and a remarkable 5.3 WAR. Yes, he's had some ups and downs, including injuries that affected his performance last season, but the metrics are still screaming talent. His bat speed ranks in the 92nd percentile, and defensively, he held his own with plus 7 outs above average. Plus, with Juan Soto now in left field, Robert's speed and range are going to be crucial for the Mets. Scott Boras, Robert's agent, has made some bold claims about how transformative this move could be, especially with Robert now playing alongside Soto. Imagine the synergy between them. If Robert can cut down on his chase rate, something that has held him back, his ceiling could rise dramatically. The Mets are taking on a $20 million contract this year with a club option for 2027, and they gave up some promising prospects in Luis Angel Acuna and Truman Pauly. This clearly shows that the Mets are in win-now mode. It's a calculated risk, but could it pay off? What do you think, Mets fans? Now let's shift gears and talk about Bryan Hudson, the 6'8" lefty the Mets just acquired. He brings an interesting dynamic to the bullpen. The Mets have been quietly building depth in this area, and Hudson could be a significant piece. Just a year ago, he was dominating with a 1.73 ERA and a 0.72 WHIP in Milwaukee. His pitch mix, featuring a 4-seam fastball, cutter, and sweeper, has proven effective. However, last season saw a drop in performance, which raises questions. Can he bounce back? Hudson's numbers from last season are concerning, with an ERA of 4.80 over 15 innings. His velocity dipped, and he struggled with command, but the Mets see something in him. And projections for the upcoming season range from a 3.65 ERA to 4.00. It's clear that if he can find a way to regain his previous form, he could be a valuable asset. But will he be able to make the necessary adjustments? Can he prove that he's worthy of a spot in bullpen? Let's keep an eye on this as spring training unfolds. And then there's Carson Bench, the Mets' first-round pick from 2024. He's an exciting player to watch. After a stellar run in Double-A, where he had a .317 batting average with a .978 OPS, the Mets promoted him to Triple-A. However, the adjustment has been a bit rocky, with a batting average of just .178 in his 24 games there. This disparity really highlights the challenges of transitioning to the majors. Bench has immense potential, but can he adapt quickly enough? Projections suggest he might hit around .236 to .246 with moderate power and speed. Given the Mets' goal of contending, they might need to be patient with him. Will he break camp with the team, or will he need more time in the minors? It's a crucial decision for the organization, balancing immediate needs against long-term growth. As we gear up for the season, these storylines will undoubtedly shape the narrative for the Mets. With the front office making bold moves and players like Robert and Hudson stepping into key roles, there's a lot to be excited about. But there are also questions that remain unanswered. How will these players mesh with the existing roster? Can Robert rediscover his form and become the star we know he can be? Will Hudson rebound to become a reliable option in the bullpen? And what about Bench? Is he ready for the big league spotlight? I want to hear from you, Mets fans. What do you think about these moves? Are you optimistic about Robert's potential impact? How you feel about Hudson joining the bullpen? And what's your take on Bench's development? Comment "Go New York Mets" in the comments, and let's get the conversation going. As we get ready for what promises to be an exciting season, don't forget to subscribe for more updates and insights. Share your thoughts and let us know where you're from and what you think about the Mets. Are you feeling the excitement, or do you have some concerns? Let's hear it, New York.